Clinton he is a world-class keynote speaker, and I went on his site and saw all these really cool photos of him. So here he is speaking in front of, I think, like 2,000 people. Here he is speaking in front of a huge group here. Here he is looking very dapper in front of the room here. Here he is at a TEDx event. He looked like shredded there too, buddy. I was impressed. And then I even found one of you speaking on our old stage as well, so I found that, which is really neat. So he's a super cool guy. So, all right, Clinton, come on down. Give him a round of applause. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Henry, for that kind introduction and walk down memory lane. As Henry mentioned, my name is Clinton Young, and I'm a speaker. And I speak to colleges, I speak to corporate, and I also speak to entrepreneur groups. I've even spoken at a prison actually recently, which was a lot of fun. And I speak about inspiring people and really reigniting the human spirit within, helping folks to overcome their limiting beliefs so that they can live the inspired life that they were meant to live. And today I've been asked to come here and share an exercise with all of us, hopefully to instill some inspiration in our businesses and help us see things from a different angle. So we're going to do an exercise, and this exercise is sharing a practice that some of the top Olympians in the entire world use. Astronauts use this practice. Top entrepreneurs use this practice. Fighter pilots use this practice. Does anyone want to know what this practice is by show? Give me a yes if you want to know. Yes. All right, awesome. So it's visualization. Okay, visualization. In a moment, I'm going to have all of you stand up with me in just a moment, and we're going to do a quick little exercise, and it's going to be a lot of fun. Okay, you guys down for that? All right, everybody please join me now in standing. And the most important part, ooh, even the dog stood, I love it. Zeus is having a nice little standing moment here with us. So the most important part of this entire exercise for everybody is to find a comfortable place where you're standing and don't move your feet. Okay, does everybody get that? Don't move your feet for about the next 4 or 5 minutes. Is that okay? You're gonna be able to do that? All right, cool. Now I may move around. I'm gonna try not to move my feet as well so I can model this. And all we're going to do is we're going to move our arms, move our hands. Okay, in a moment I'm going to ask you to put your right arm out. You don't need to do it quite yet, but in a moment I'm going to ask you that. I'm going to ask you to spin around as far as you can go, all the way to, and again, keep your feet planted, all the way to the back wall, and go as far as you can go until you can't go, and then point to the wall and capture that place on the wall. Does that make sense? Okay, so everybody again, feet planted, and move. Take your right arm out, and then just go all the way around. Keep your feet planted the whole time. Go all the way, be careful of your back, but go all the way as far as you can go. And just stop whenever you can't go any further. And remember that point on the wall. Look at that point on the wall, and then come back to front. Come back to front. You guys are doing great so far. All right, you can put your arms down. Remember, keep your feet planted. And now what we're going to do is we're going to experience some visualization, okay? So in a moment, I'll ask you to close your eyes gently with me. And we're going to do the same thing, but we're only going to do it in our mind's eye, okay? So we're not going to move our arms, and we're certainly not going to move our what? Our feet, absolutely. So now I'd ask you to just join me in closing your eyes gently, okay? And now start to visualize everything that's going on in this room. You're going to see like a video camera with vivid colors. You're going to see yourself standing there. You're going to hear the sounds, and everything's perfect, and you're just going to feel great. So everybody just take a deep breath in and a deep breath out, and just settle in. And again, don't move your feet. Keep your feet planted. And in your mind's eye only, I'm going to ask you to raise your right arm. Just in your mind's eye, you're going to visualize this. And you're going to visualize now moving your right arm to the right. You're going to start to spin around, and it feels really good. And you notice as you start to move around, you start to get to that point where you couldn't go any further before. And you notice that it's very, very easy, and it feels great. And you blow right past that point, and you keep going around, and now you feel like a can opener, like you're just spinning and spinning and spinning. You get all the way around to the front, and you're wondering, how the heck am I doing this? But it feels so great, you continue to do it. You keep going around. Now you're about 1.5 times around. You're getting to that point where you stopped before and you blow right past it again. You're like a corkscrew, and you're starting to speed up, and you go around, you keep going around, you're going around. Now you're going around the 3rd time. You feel like Gumby, right? You're like Play-Doh. You just keep spinning and spinning, and it feels so amazing. And everybody now join me in opening your eyes, and keep your feet planted, and take your right arm to the front, and now spin around, keep your feet planted, spin around as far as you can go, keep going, keep going, keep going. Go as far as you can go, keep going, and point to the wall, and then remember that point, and then come on back to the front. All right, you guys are doing great. You can put your arms down. Now, how many of you out there, by a show of hands, went further the second time than you did the first time? Nice and high. All right, everybody look around and see all the hands up. Keep your hands up. All right, awesome. Now, how many of you went like way further the second time? Show of hands. All right, quite a few people went way further as well. Give yourselves a round of applause as you take your seats. And I'm going to do this. All right. Now, I know that this was just a simple, fun little exercise. But let me tell you this. Visualization is a powerful, powerful tool. Powerful tool. Michael Phelps, the most decorated Olympian of all time, he has 28 medals. 23 gold medals. Even with all of his practice, he practices every day of the week for 365 days a year for about the 4 years leading up to the Olympics. Even after doing all of that, he says that visualization is his secret weapon. He said it's the secret to his success. Visualization. So, literally what he will do, he will close his eyes and he will visualize 2 hours a day in different time points. He will visualize everything in the room. He'll close his eyes. He'll visualize literally hearing the sound of the bell going off or the horn going off. He visualizes his jump into the water, every single paddle, every single kick, every single turn, all the way back, and every stroke all the way back until he reaches that line. He then visualizes standing on the podium and receiving the gold medal. But the most important thing that he does in this whole process is he feels the feeling that he's going to feel when he receives that gold medal. That's the most important thing that he does. And we can do that as well. When we're preparing to meet with our top client that we want to be able to get enrolled in our programs, we can use visualization. We can use this when we have a difficult conversation with maybe one of our employees or one of our partners or maybe our spouse or child, right? We can do this for losing weight. We can do this for earning money. Visualization is super, super powerful. And I know I'm preaching to the choir because a lot of folks in here probably visualize. I see some folks nodding their heads right now. So I just invite all of you to consider to start to visualize if you have not done it before. And if you have, continue to do it because magic and miracles will open up in your life when you start to visualize on a regular basis. Thank you so much, Henry, for giving me a couple moments of your time.
So, how many people have heard of Arnold Schwarzenegger? Okay, so he was actually famous because he actually did that exact process Clinton talked about. He said when he finally won Mr. Universe, he'd actually won it thousands of times already in his head. And so this idea of visualizing is really, really important. Hey, this is Henry Evans with Get Clear Marketing, and I just had Clinton Young, who's been a member for a while, speak to our group and do an exercise. And it was fantastic because not only did it get everybody up out of their seats and moving, he increased the energy of the room and gave a ton of great value, and everybody got success with it. It was a ton of fun. So if you're thinking about having him speak at a keynote event that you're doing, I highly recommend it. He will bring his A game every time. He's got a lot of passion, and he genuinely cares about the audience, and he'll do a great job for you. Take care.